In today's hyper-connected world, a recent census done in the US highlighted that over 60% of the people are feeling clinically lonely, which means a large part of the population is missing a sense of connectedness, a sense of belonging with people around them. A large part of the population is actually craving for deeper, more meaningful emotional interactions. Welcome to the world of Onourem, a unique social platform designed to improve your emotional well-being by making you more aware of your own emotions and by helping you build and maintain emotional relationships with your friends and family members. Onourem is probably the first platform out there which is focusing on initiating emotional, more meaningful conversation. Onourem helps you feel calmer and more satisfied. We have already launched this platform a few months ago, and our first psychology study has been done on 500 participants. The incredible positive impact that Onourem has had on these participants is really exciting. I'm going to share a lot of those statistics in the later part, but let's just focus why a lot of people feeling lonely is such a big deal. Why a technical company like Onourem is trying to help people feel emotionally healthier, feel more connected to their friends and family members. Listen to this. Harvard University's longest running human study, which I believe has been going on for about 80 years, and they tried to understand what were the key factors that kept people happier, mentally healthier in the long run. Out of all the factors they tried to look at, their conclusion is that the most important factor behind long-term mental health and happiness is that an individual should have few deep, meaningful human relationships. It's not the quantity of relationships. It's whether you have few people you feel emotionally that you can rely on them, right? Now here you are, science telling us that human relationships are one of the most important factor behind long-term mental health and happiness. And another study highlighting that over 60% of the people, or more and more number of people throughout the world, have started to feel lonelier. Just imagine, what are we looking at as a mental health crisis which has already started to show some really bad results. About 26% of American adults of age 18 years and higher are suffering from clinically diagnosable mental disorder in a given year. Like in physical health, a lot of us don't realize that we have poor habits, lifestyle, and our health is not up to the mark. We only realize that we have poor lifestyle habits when we get diagnosed with diseases like diabetes, obesity. Same is the case with mental health. A lot of us don't realize that our emotional health and emotional habits are not up to the mark. And we just feel like we are unhappy, unsatisfied. But when we continue with those emotional habits for the long run, eventually we do get diagnosed as clinically lonely or other disorders like anxiety, stress, lack of focus, lack of enthusiasm, and things like that. Let's think about how we have reached here. More and more people around the world have started to live in nuclear families. So we have fewer strong family relations to start with. We make few friends in our school, but then we leave town to go for higher studies. We go to college, we again make some new friends. But then we have to again move on in our life, go find jobs in different towns. When we are doing jobs, we again try to make few friends, but only very few of them become so strong that we can rely on them emotionally. We can be really frank with them, we can be really open with them. Meanwhile, these family relationships and friends from schools and colleges, because we have not had enough time or opportunities to interact with them all this while at a deeper level, at the emotional level, even in those relationships, we start to be less emotionally expressive. We don't initiate as many deeper interactions, and slowly even those relationships become less you can say emotionally warm, and we don't feel as open, and we feel a little hesitant in really sharing what's in our mind. If we are lucky, we do get partner in our life who understands us, but a lot of people don't even have a partner that they feel really open and they can really trust and have emotional conversations with. So here we are, a lot of us, just because of the changed dynamics in the world, slowly we are living a more and more lonelier life, and there are lesser and lesser tools to initiate or help us initiate deeper, more meaningful interactions. And that is what Onourem is trying to do. Onourem is trying to initiate, create opportunities, create games, create different ways of interaction that make you want to share something more meaningful about yourself. Onourem tries to make you feel emotionally warm, emotionally more connected with your friends and family members, and emotionally connected with yourself, with your own emotions. I mentioned earlier that we have conducted an early psychology study on 500 participants. Nobody is suffering from any clinically diagnosable mental disorder. They were all told that just use Onourem platform for a few minutes every day for 5 days and give us your feedback. We are thrilled to share this data with you. For the first time, about 94% people who used Onourem felt that Onourem was much more meaningful than other platforms. About 90% people, mind you, about 90% people felt that they become more aware of their own emotions. And this is an incredible data for anybody who works in the field of emotional well-being and mental health. 90% people felt that for the first time in their life, they became more aware of their own emotions. About 80% people felt happier after using Onourem. They felt that just by spending 5-10 minutes in the kind of activities that Onourem engages them on, they felt that a positive change in their mood. They felt that the stress relieved. This is 80% people. Now, about 90% people felt that they learned something meaningful about their friends and family members while they were interacting on Onourem. And about 78% people, this is a big number, about 78% people felt that Onourem helped them feel more connected with their friends and family members. So these numbers are really, really exciting and pretty much encouraging that yes, there can be a social platform that can positively impact you and your human relationships, can make you feel warm. But more interesting in all of this is that none of the people were actually using Onourem for their emotional well-being. They were just using Onourem to have a little fun with their friends and family members. It's like this: if you are playing soccer with your friends, you are not playing soccer to become physically fit. Becoming physically fit is a spontaneous outcome of that activity. You are just doing it because you are having fun. Same is the case with Onourem. Onourem is the first platform out there that is not designed to actually just make you feel better. It is designed so that you can have fun, and while you are having fun and engaging with your friends and family members, you feeling happier and emotionally better is a spontaneous outcome of that, and that we believe is the breakthrough. Most of the tech startups out there that are working on mental health and emotional well-being, they really focus on the therapy and other mental health services, which only those people access who believe that they do have some issues that they want to address. But as I highlighted earlier, there are always so many people who are still in that phase that they have not reached any clinically diagnosable symptoms or disorder, but they're just not feeling well, they're not feeling satisfied, they're not feeling happy. And that's where Onourem is a big step forward. We have created 4 unique features. 2 of these features focus on mutual relationships. They help you build deeper bonds. And 2 of these features help you pay more attention to your own emotional health, help you feel calmer, feel more satisfied in your life. The first feature is, we call it Question Games, a fun new way to engage in meaningful conversations with your friends and family members. almost always the relationships lose their emotional depth, or sometimes don't even reach to the emotional depth, just because people stop talking at an emotional level. Not because people don't want to talk, but nobody initiates a conversation. People don't ask the right questions that can spark an emotional response from the other person. Sometimes an individual will take the initiative, will share something with friends and family members, but because the other person has not or did not respond with the same emotions, this first person will also stop sharing with people around them. So what Onourem has done is, Onourem has created these fun and sometimes deep questions that we ask users every day. These questions sometimes will just tickle your funny bone so that you have fun, but sometimes they will ask things about your meaningful aspects about your life. When you answer these questions, you will feel that you introspected a little. Now, the trick is that you cannot read your friend's answers unless you answer it yourself. This is a very important aspect. First, because when you are answering, you don't know what your friends have said. So you just share without any biases, without any judgment, you just share your thought openly. Second, you never feel like it was a one-way sharing, because when you have answered, only those friends will be able to read your answer who have also shared it. So the moment you answer, you can read their responses as well. The third is, it's just pure fun. So in all, try this question games feature. It will make you think, it will make you introspect, it will nudge you to share something meaningful. And when you read your friends' answers, specifically the deeper question answers to the deeper questions, you will feel that you have learned something very meaningful about them. The second very interesting feature that we have created is what we call watch list. An easy way to find out when your friends, your closest people, may just need you. All of us are busy in our lives. It's not like, when some important things happen in our life, sometimes good and sometimes bad, we do want to share it with our friends. But as we grow older, we start to be hesitant. Sometimes we feel maybe this is not important. Sometimes we feel that our friend may be busy. And the exact same thoughts are actually going on in our friends' minds. Result is, we don't really find out on day-to-day basis ups and downs, whatever our friends are going through every day. What if there was a way that you didn't have to call your friend, or your friend didn't have to call you for that matter, but you knew how my friend is doing? If you just found out that the friend is feeling low for whatever reason, you're going to give them a call as soon as you can to figure out what's happening in their life. We have created watch list exactly to achieve this. Every day when any user uses Onourem app, they have to answer this question, how are you feeling today, every day, once a day. You can't really use any fun features of Onourem unless you answer this yourself. This question pops up, there are just few specific moods. You can just select one of those. Nobody can see what you have selected. The only people who can see that is the people you have added yourself. You have allowed yourself to be on your watch list. Your closest pals, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, who you feel completely comfortable with, and you allow them to see your moods, they will be able to see it. So imagine what's really happening with this. We are all living our life day to day, busy lives. At the end of the day, we open our Onourem app for 2 minutes. And here we know one of our friends was excited about something, another one was feeling low about something, another one was really angry about something. When we will find time, Onourem for now has left it upon the users to take the initiative, give them a call. And we have again had such great testimonials of people finding out of their parents and closest friends on different towns, them feeling like they really now know what's really happening in their friends and family's life. So these two features, the first innovations of Onourem, are on helping you interact with your friends and family members at an emotional level. The next two features focus on you paying attention to your own emotional state, emotional health. So this first feature is the mood tracker. It's a simple really way to learn about our own mood patterns, mood swings, our triggers, so that we can handle them better. what happens? As I just mentioned, every day Onourem asks every user, how are you feeling today? The sheer fact that you spend 5 seconds of your time to categorize your mood, we are seeing great stories from our users who are feeling that every time they just spare that 5 seconds, they become more aware of, oh, I'm feeling like this. And the next thing Onourem does is, it asks you, why are you feeling like this? So you have the option that you can note down the reason behind how you are feeling. So you don't have to get too obsessive about trying to dig deep, but what we are encouraging is you just writing that reason down, because it has been established by researchers that people who are more aware of their own emotions, they live a very calmer, satisfied, focused, and even successful life, because they know their mood patterns, they know what triggers them, they know what not to do when they are in a specific state. So they are able to manage their emotions well, and of course when you learn how to manage your emotions, you even learn not to react but to respond. So while you are using Onourem, every day you are just writing a line or two of why you are feeling how you are feeling, and it may you may feel it is not significant at that moment, but later when you are going to come back, see your own chart of your mood going up and down, you are checking back the reasons why you are feeling the way you are feeling. You will be able to evaluate whether that was a worthwhile reaction, whether that reason was big enough or not. So you just slowly, with this little exercise of 5 seconds every day, you slowly learn to understand yourself better, to understand your mood patterns better. You understand everything goes up and down. You know, you don't have to take your specific mood too seriously, because it will pass. So that is the first part on developing more control over your emotions. That is a mood tracker. And this last feature that makes you more aware of your own emotions, makes you calmer, is what we call vocals. These are short introspective audios that make you more comfortable with who you are. Most successful people are those who are more comfortable in their own skin. They don't think they are perfect, they make mistakes, but they are always eager to learn from people around them. They are always eager to learn different perspectives so that they can do things in a better way. They can control their emotions in a better way. They can control their own responses in a better way. The wisest and the most confident people we know are a bit more introspective, and they're really confident enough to not just introspect and learn themselves, but they're very confident enough to accept it, share their thoughts, so that these thoughts can help other people. Listening to these thoughts makes everybody calmer. It kind of reduces the burden of always trying to be perfect. This is what we have created vocals for those people who like to introspect, who are confident enough to share their mistakes, share their lessons learned. They can now share their thoughts in short audio format on Onourem. And everybody else on Onourem who is listening to these short audios are benefiting, just realizing that there are other people out there who have made similar mistakes in their life, but they are learning from them, they are improving from that every day. And I think a significant portion of Onourem's user base is actually finding vocals one of the best way to calm themselves, learn new perspectives of life, and improve their own approaches toward different things. So with these all the 4 features that I have described, Onourem is just trying to make people pay more attention to their own health, their own emotions, and interact at a more deeper emotional level with their friends and family members. And this is just the beginning. Onourem's mission is to increase the happiness index of the society. Every single human being on this planet goes through ups and downs in their life. When we are in the up stage, all of us spontaneously know how to spend our time, how to celebrate based on our own personality and our styles. But when we are going through a low phase, a lot of us don't even understand those emotions, and then a lot of us don't even know what kind of activity we can engage in to feel better. Onourem aims to act as the GPS in your emotional journey. No matter what your state of life is, you are happy, sad, lost, bored, anything, Onourem will help you identify your emotions and then will, like a friend, guide you towards a more peaceful, happier state of mind. Onourem will revolutionize the way people look and think about emotions and interact with each other. Onourem will be the only platform you will need for your emotional well-being. Be it that you want to interact with your friends in a more meaningful, engaging manner, or you want to consume some healing content, or you want to engage in some wholesome activities, or if you want to get some casual or professional counseling. In Onourem's new world, no emotion is a bad emotion. We just need to learn how to handle them and then find a way towards a more peaceful state of mind. This is what Onourem is going to help every single human being on this planet with. No matter what your personality type is, what your life state is. Onourem's this current version, in which we have introduced question games, mood tracker, watch list and vocals, is just a start. Let's work together to make this planet a little happier every day.